Welcome back to Apex Auction Recons. Guys, today we're going to start working on freshening up the interior here on the auction puppy van or minivan. These are cloth seats. They have stains, body oils, dirt, the normal stuff. And today I want to show you how the UFO pads work for me. These are microfiber hook and loop pads that you can either use by hand or machine to clean floor mats, upholstery, seats such as these. They come in 6-inch or 3-inch, and I believe the 6-pack was $14 or $15 from Autofiber. Not a sponsored video, ordered these myself. So let's get into it. I'll show you what these can be attached to and how they work. Well, let's get to work. What you will need for the job today? Well, let's start with the PPE. Protect your skin. That is the largest organ on your body that's very absorbent. Protect your lungs if you want to wear a mask or respirator or whatever. The UFO pads, these are 6-inch. Again, you can get them in 3-inch as well, but 400 GSM, 80% polyester, 20% polyamide. We also have an upholstery cleaner or wash. It doesn't matter what you use as long as you have something that is effective. Also some microfibers to mop up what we agitate with these pads. And you can either use it on a rotary polisher, a forced rotation, so this oscillates and rotates forced, and then also just a regular dual action or orbital polisher. The larger the throw, the more power you're going to get out of the pads. Okay, so I'm going to do this headrest by hand, and I want to start here because this crud is right behind me when I'm driving and starting to drive me a little batty. Let me get this. Okay, so spray your cleaner. If you want to use something that doesn't completely soak and oversaturate your material, a foam fabric cleaner, carpet cleaner, is also a good choice. But today I'm going to go with the 3D fabric and upholstery cleaner. And we're going to use this pad at first by hand. Now, it would be the ultimate way to use this is they have a Velcro pad with a strap to lock around your hand, so you can just use it this way, but you don't have to have that. You can just kind of fold it in half and go in circular motions to agitate. Don't be afraid to put a little bit of elbow grease into it. If there are stains or dirt that's been there for a while, it's going to take some work. There's no free lunches here in detailing. I'm going to hit it one more time. It seems like it's doing a fair job so far. Let's finish it off. I'm going to go in different directions with the fabric to make sure these fibers are working their way into the cloth of the seat here. And then when you reached your desired results, just looking at it, you can stop. And then one of the most important parts is drying or mopping up the moisture and dirt that you just agitated. And oils, body oils, hair product. And you just rinse and repeat as necessary. So the headrest looks a lot better, makes me feel a lot better that that crud wasn't right behind me as I drive. Let's move on to the backrest here, and then the bolsters and bottom of the seat. Let's tape off an area, clean that right there with one of the polishers, and see if there's a difference. Okay, what we're going to do here, we have an area taped off, and we'll clean this section, and we'll see if we can make a difference from this back here. And what we're going to grab first is the Flex XCE8. This is a forced rotation, about a 12-15 millimeter throw, and we'll attach this pad to it, and we'll make the polisher or the machine do the work for us. All we have to do is guide it. All right, so the first thing we want to do is get the cleaner on here, let it work its way in, so it can start to break down some of the crud and body oils and, well, you name it, whatever is on here. We'll let this sit for just a minute or two, and then we'll come back and get to work. All right, we gave the cleaner some dwell time. Time to scrub. They want it on your lowest speed setting. We'll put it on 2. Let's take it down to 1. Well, of course it wasn't plugged in. I will be right back. That's a little bit better. One of my pet peeves, plug in the darn battery. We could see 2 areas that will give us a little bit of a problem, so let's get some more product working its way into the area. Other than that, I think it's going to look pretty good. You notice how I'm twisting the polisher so the pad can work one way, work the other way, then this way. Looks like right here is the only problem area. These are realistic expectations. So let's stop right there and give me some time to get this dry. We'll mop up as much as we can, and then we'll let it dry, pull the tape up, and see if there's a difference. Keep in mind when it comes to bad spots like these, when something's been sitting there for so long, either if you're doing this or using an extractor, it could be pulling up clean water. You can get the seat clean, but the little fibers have been permanently dyed from whatever it is that's on here. And you can re-dye it again, so that's no big deal. But as long as it's clean, I don't mind permanently stained. As long as it's clean, I feel much better. All right, so I mopped up as much as I can. Let's give it time to air dry, and then we'll take a look. By the way, I did want to show you, here is a version of a 3-inch attached to a smaller polisher. If you want to have a smaller polisher to get in some of these tighter areas, well, this is going to be the ticket. All right, with the tape removed, I mean, it's dry. It's still damp. It's not completely dry. This will really lighten up in here as it dries. But as far as dirt goes, even this the 2 spots here, barely visible. And as things dry up, they might even dissipate more. I'm very happy with that. Let's grab a different polisher. Let's grab the rotary and see if we can work this area and finish up the bottom half of this seat. All right, so let's get the pad off of the dual action, well, forced rotation, and get it on the rotary. I sometimes think it works. I sometimes think it works better on the rotary. And sometimes it does, depending on what areas you're working in. This gets tighter in here as we get up against the backrest, and we have these plastic pieces on either side. Let's see how it works. First, we want to get some cleaner on there. Especially on those areas where we're concerned about staining. Let that soak in. We'll let it soak in for a minute or two. We'll come back and get to work. All right, with our hands, let's just work the product deeper into the upholstery, the fabric, and then we'll come in with the rotary and fire it up. It feels so weird to have this type of machine powered up in the interior, but it does work. Now, to me, that works so much. It's so much more efficient with a rotary polisher. That's kind of what I'm going to keep this attached to finish up the interior. Let's let this dry and come back and take a look and see if this has made a difference. Are the results a bit better? So now we have that area is damp, and we have to let that dry out the rest of the way. But now that this area's had a little bit longer time to dry, still a little bit damp and blotchy here and there, but so much cleaner, so much better than this the area with body oils and all that other well, who knows what. Let me use the rotary, and with a little bit of magic of editing, we're going to quick finish up the backrest and then the seat over there and enjoy some nice clean seats thanks to the UFO pads. And then obviously we'll get the hot water going, and in between seats I'm going to clean the pad, get all that crud out of there, so I don't just end up spreading it around. I'll even spray it with some spray 9. Get that crap out of there. Rinse it thoroughly. Wring it out. flatten it out, and we are ready to get back to work. Seats are clean. They still have to dry. They're still just a little bit damp. That could take up to a day or two for them to dry, but they are fresh and clean and they smell good again. Let's hop over to the other side here. Couldn't be happier when I jump into a cabin or a vehicle and the seats are nice and fresh and clean. Again, expectations. Stains. There will be permanent stains in areas. These were just done, they need to dry. But that's because, again, whatever spilled on the seats have seeped into each tiny fiber, and some have been permanently stained or discolored or colored, however you want to say it. And the water's clean, and the towel, or even if you were using an extractor, guys, the water could be pulling up clean, but you get these stains, and you can re-dye the areas if you want to go that far. But for me, as long as they are clean, really clean, I'm a happy camper. All right, guys, that's going to be it for today's video. We got some work done. We have a lot more to do on the auction van here, and I would like to pay a little homage to the UFO pads here. Again, these were from Autofiber, I believe, a 6-pack for 14 or 15 bucks. I'll try and remember to get a link down below in these videos, down in the description box, so you can look into them further if you're interested. I don't care what you use, but as long as you have fun. Again, Brian from Apex Auction Recons. Catch you in the next video. Time for a lager.